We have implanted into your mainstream dialogue a slogan, and we want you to ponder this. The children are the future. The children will show you the future. The children will help you with the future in more ways than you can possibly imagine. Um, and they are your key to transitioning easier.
Okay. Thank you. So the ones that we have around us now will be with us when we cross.
Initially, and then we all are free to move to the place that's the most appropriate.
Okay.
Wherever the greatest soul is will be your focus.
Can you repeat that, please?
Everyone will shift at the same time. And when you have your more greater awareness of who you are and you remember who you are, you will your life contract more and where you're supposed to be going, and you will be placed exactly where you're supposed to be.
Okay.
Remember, you will also recall and meet your other families who are also waiting for you.
Our galactic families.
Correct.
Okay. I'm excited to meet them. I really am. Thank you. Is there anything else about that I'm missing that you really want to share with me right now?
When you ponder the shift, release all fear. Anything that's anxious, release. Anything you're about or scared of, release it. If you have any questions, if there's any pieces of the puzzle that aren't there for you, trust us, as we have said, that all will go well. We know that you're attached to your bodies. We know you're attached to your lives profoundly, and the change will be beyond what anyone will be able to comprehend. We say all these things to you and we could tell you more, but it's not until you're there, right there, experiencing it physically and emotionally, then you will get it. It's everything. You cannot comprehend all of the layers and levels of this shift.
Okay. So my next question was, on the new earth, will everyone look human? But you're not going to give us those answers yet, or are you? Will they look human? What will be the differences?
You will have a glow. Your bodies will be functioning differently. You will still be recognizable as human, but yet different. Think of your body now and think of evolvement. Think of evolution. And you're losing the things that are holding you down and gaining the things that will make you more. That's what we would like to say to you.
Thank you. That really does help a lot. Is there anything else you can tell us?
That it is all going to plan, and this is perfect for the evolution of humanity.
All right. Now I have some questions about events that are happening. We want to learn more about someone calls it the big show in the sky with all of the crafts. Someone called it the Great Intimidation. What is this about?
It is to scare people. It is to scare people about other forms of life is to make people afraid. It is to send people into panic. It will be scary. It will be very scary for many, and is not how it should be to evolve people.
But you guys are doing it?
I would just say this is not our plan. There is a division here. This is another approach. This is another approach to help people go within, potentially, if they are so terrified with these ships, they may suddenly drop to their knees and start praying to a God they've never prayed before. And so while they are going within.
Oh, you're cutting out really bad. I can't hear you. Please repeat that last sentence.
The Great Intimidation show is to get people on their knees praying and begging for their survival.
So that's what that's about.
It's for,
Can you tell me about that?
it's for the last beings to awaken. There will be no harm done. However, the harm that humans will do to humans will be great.
So when the people see this, the people are going to freak out
They will get hysterical.
and start going in a civil war against each other or something? Or what?
They will become terrified and they will hide. They will try to arm themselves because they will think that they will be invaded, and they will not know what to do. They will try to get resources to hide. They will try to do everything that they can to protect themselves, and then they will have moments of terror, and they will at one point have to start praying and talking, and this is when they will be so open they will accidentally feel the connection to source. They will feel the calmness of what is happening. They will open themselves up. They will ask for help, and they will get it in the form of a sense of love and security, and that everything will go okay. It is opening themselves up. These are the people who have never prayed. These are the people who have never gone within. These are the people who have never meditated. They will find such clarity and calmness in this practice. They will make it regular and they will do it. This will be their way to go. They will prefer that state than any other state. They will self-meditate. They will force themselves to go in, because then they will be connected to their spirituality, their spiritual teams, and they will be out of awareness of what is going around them and the mayhem and the chaos.
Who is responsible for making this happen?
The decision to do this was not ours. This was a decision from another team and another other beings who have come.
Cool.
It's other beings who have come and asked who this is their attempt to awaken humanity abruptly.
So is this going to happen after the shift or before the shift?
This is before the shift.
Okay. So what time frame are we looking at here on Earth, if you can tell me? Is that September, October, November, or is it after that?
It will be November when this happens. It'll be the last ditch effort to shift. This will be for the people who haven't worried about their selves to go in beforehand. They'll still be stuck in the fear of all of the shifts, of the disasters taking place.
Is anything going to happen in August?
There's final shifts taking place in this sphere. There's now lots of work to make sure that everyone is all agreeing on how it will proceed forward, organizing collection points and making sure all of the final details as things change, people change, and we're monitoring everyone closely.
And this is the first time this has ever happened on Earth, correct?
Correct.
So this is a really big deal for you guys. Now, does this have anything to do with what the Bible says about Jesus? When Jesus comes back, and is this what the Christians are waiting on? What they call, the return of Jesus?
The return of Jesus and his angels will be seen in the 3D old earth as it is cleansed.
Can you repeat that for me, please?
That will be seen in 3D old earth as the planet is cleansed.
Okay. So those people are not awake, of course. They believe everything that the church tells them. And what can we tell them? Because they're going to be in 3D. We're still here, but yet we have to try and bring, are those the ones that we're going to be able, the Christians, the Muslims, people who believe in a higher power, are they going to be the ones that are taken off of the earth as well, that we're going to be helping, or no?
Everyone has a life contract where they say they want to experience. Effectively, everyone came here wanting to help the planet as she evolves, and people have got lost. Unfortunately, there are people who believe that they are in good, positive religions who have also got lost because of the hidden agenda of their leaders. Those people, unless they have done crimes against humanity, will naturally shift because they are innocent. However, the ones who hold on to hate, judgment, fear, and righteousness, they will struggle.
Okay. All right. They're going to feel it the worst. So us that are already have our vibration high, we're not going to be really going through this like everyone else that's in 3D right now, right? They're, from what I understand, we're not going to be as affected because we're not actually, we're living in a higher vibration, a higher dimension, but yet we're still physically here until our body goes crystalline. Is that correct?
You will be aware of all that is happening, but it will not affect you as much because you will remember what we have said to you today, which is to see the bigger picture, to trust that we are here, to trust it will change things profoundly. And this is the end of days, because the shift will change the way you respect, appreciate, count for time.
Okay. Is there anything else on that you want to tell us?
No.
Thank you. So the people who are not awake, the people who have done bad things will stay here, but the innocent people will all go with us.
Correct.
Thank you. Just needed clarification there. Okay.
There is another group of beings who have been taken off planet using the exit points now so they can go to their own space. They're not going to New Earth, they will be going to their home.
Okay. Would that be the reptilians and the Anunnaki?
No.
Are they staying?
The Anunnaki are not here yet, and the reptilians are leaving, but they are also staying. It depends what rank you are, depends what crimes against humanity you've made, depends if you are everyone's accountable. When you want to refer to religion and people say this is judgment, this is judgment day coming. Judgment day is the shift. Judgment day is judging. Well, the results of who you are and what you vibrate is the direct results of where you go. There is no hell. However, for some, old earth and what's going to happen to old earth will look like hell.
Okay. So I'm just reading another question here, if you don't mind. We also heard in another session that there will be a false flag event about fake ET encounters. What can you tell us about that?
We were speaking about it before, which is called the Great Intimidation.
Okay. Okay. Is there a specific way we're going to know that's fake?
The ships are real. The invasion is not. They will not invade. They will just show themselves enough to scare people straight.
Oh. Okay.
It will scare people straight to go with them.
Gotcha. So this is all part of the plan. Okay, got you. Now, is there a specific place on Earth these are going to appear, or are they going to appear all over the skies? I mean, like United States, Australia, a specific place they're going to, people will be able to look up and see them that are in 3D.
It will look like, as you've seen in the movies, where these big ships come and hover over all of your landmarks. You will. We've seen this played out in so many movies. It's soft disclosure.
Mm-hmm. And you said this is going to happen in November?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Will it just be awake, aware people, or people who will be going off planet when the shift happens? We've already answered that.
Yes.
Okay. Joe was asked to listen to a video that played lots of loud sounds, those trumpet horns that we've been hearing in the skies. People are recording them, and they're happening all over the world. What are you guys doing that's making those sounds, and are you doing them? Is it just, why is it happening, and what's the purpose of it?
We know this should be enough for you to have confirmation that we are here for you. And sound is not scary. Sound feels like it's another language. It is to say we are here, notice us. It's to vibrate your body so you know it's us, but the body will still be a little bit afraid. And this was our plan, was to move your body with vibration to let you know we are here, and your body will vibrate so high with the sound, you will be reminded how huge we are, how big we are, and how much you are protected by us. We wanted to use the sound for this tool to awaken. And other, want to say fleets, but it's others here helping humanity too, who have chosen the way of showing you the ships. And we know that visual is more scary and will trigger more, and it will be too overwhelming to see the ships and the terror. You are so visual, and you can create so many horrible things because you've been training yourself to see so many horrible things with all the movies you're addicted to watching. So we struggled to explain this to you before, because we know that the impact of seeing ships, we all know that you often say that you would love to see us, but we also know your body is nearly allergic to the reaction of seeing us because of the fear and terror that will evade your body when you see us. This is the evasion. Some people say that there will be an alien invasion, and the visual, it will not be us destroying you. The earth is destroying itself as she shifts and changes and evolves.
Okay. Thank you for that information. That helps a lot. How is Joanne doing? Is her body doing okay? Can you scan it, please?
Totally fine.
Thank you. Just want to make sure. All right. May we keep asking questions?
Yes. I just want to say that she is made for this work. She has been training hard for this work. Her body is insulated more for the energy transfer. We just want to that is the reason why she is gaining the weight, and she is wondering why it is whale-like, she likes to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's a buffer for the energy.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part.
It's a buffer for the energy. We needed her mass to be bigger. She could conduct the energy easier.
Yes, yes. And that body's not going to make a difference in December anyway. So however you need to use it, I'm sure she's very happy to have you there. We appreciate you giving us the information that you're giving us. It's wonderful. I mean, I just don't know how to tell you how grateful we are, because we do believe, we do know, we do trust you, and we love you guys so much, and we're there, and we just want to get there faster. And we know that you keep telling us, you know, it takes a little bit longer to play out all of these scenes. We understand that. But thank you very much. Can I ask a few more questions?
Yes, and we also want to reply to you and say that we have this information because there is so much misinformation out there. So many spiritual people are cursing, and so many people have half-truths, and they're comfortable with their half-truths. And they are selling themselves to their followers as if they know all. And so they've limited themselves with their half-truths because they have blocked their own self-work. They have ego more than passion to seek the truth. And we ask you, when you're watching videos and speakers and leaders talking about anything spiritual or anything about the future, please resonate that with yourself. You smell, and these are Joanne's words, you can smell the shit now, and you can sense when you're not to. And so use this time to really strengthen the energy now on your crown. It has given you much more intuition than you have ever had before.
I can feel it.
We want you to notice it and empower yourselves with it and be confident with it more.
Okay. I appreciate that, because I've always been intuitive, and I have noticed lately I'm a lot more intuitive. And people will just ask me, how do you know that? I just know. I just know. I'm telling you, I know. And the knowing is there. And I appreciate that. I'm glad that's there, and I'm glad it's getting better, because I do trust it. I trust myself because I love myself. And when you love yourself, you give it 100%, and you trust anything that you have worked so hard at for so many years. And to know the truth and help other people heal, it's amazing, and I appreciate that. And I do. I trust in what I'm doing.
Wonderful.
All right. I appreciate that. Now I'm going to ask a few more questions. They may seem kind of off, but I don't. These are questions from other people. Are vampires actually real?
Yes.
Okay. Was Count Dracula an actual person on this earth?
Yes.
Is he immortal?
Yes, you all are.
Right, right. Now, how is he different from us? Is he still on this earth?
Versions of him are.
Okay. So kind of like us, there's more than one version of us existing at all times in different dimensions.
What if we say this to you, Georgia? You perceive the beings that consume the meat of humans as what? Do you still view them as
Cannibals?
Yes, but there is a culture among some with their rituals. Vampirism has evolved, and this is part of the crimes against humanity.
Okay, so that's how all that plays in. That has been going on for a really long time. Oh my goodness. That explains a lot. Okay. Wow. So I'm not going to say the word vampire anymore. How many cannibals are there on Earth right now?
Well, most eat meat. The number of beings that eat the number of humans that eat human is more than there should be. And then there are other beings who their souls are not human, but they are within human bodies. We'll say that it's almost like a possession, but it's the soul essence of, and they still have the desire, enjoyment of eating flesh and consuming the blood.
Okay, so that's where the adrenochrome thing comes into play?
Correct. And we say to you when you're watching these movies about vampires, they don't have all of the powers that you're told they have. However, because of who they are, they have other powers. They control and manipulate the media. They can control and manipulate so much. They are your elites. They are your problem. They are the bane of humanity. You just haven't linked them to being essentially vampires. However, if you wanted to label them, they are the same.
Yeah, they're all blood-sucking thieves is what they are. Okay, so we know they're not going to New Earth. They're going somewhere else.
Correct.
Now, we have a pastor that is having premonitions, and he says that he's talking to Jesus. Who, and I want to go over what he came up with you, but who is he actually talking to? Who is giving him messages or these dreams?
It's a
Dana Coverstone.
The messages he is getting is from his spiritual team. He is very much love and protection. He does help humanity, and he has a very pure heart. He is being of service to humanity. He is so connected to self because he is a very good person to prayer. He is very good at meditating, even though he may not call it itself meditation. He does place it in prayer. And he is connected. He does a lot of work for humanity, more than he's aware of. The messages he is getting is from his spiritual team. He does have, and as many do, these dreams of what is happening to prepare. He's one of the few that are honest and wants to share. There's a lot of people who are afraid and have the same messages, but they are too scared to tell others without being committed. It terrifies them what they see, and they've judged themselves for the information.
So everything that he's saying about the events that are going to happen in that dream, all of that's going to come true?
Yes, there is going to be, it's going to be very busy. It's not, he thinks, he is concerned that America will be overrun by Chinese and Russian soldiers, and it will not be the case. There will actually be people helping who can to help to calm the people who are on the streets, terrified of being abducted by these ships. The headless chickens running around screaming, thinking this is the end of days. And it is the end of days, but not how they think. They think their lives are this one-time show. They don't actually understand that We are multidimensional beings who have multiple parallel lives, and past lives, and future lives. They're afraid. The people running on the streets afraid don't actually know, and they have belief that there is a reincarnation. They have not even considered that the earth is about to reincarnate. So they are the most lost and the most scared. Ultimately, it will be the light workers and the humanitarians that will be on the streets helping. Not necessarily the military as such. They'll be trying to keep people from being afraid. However, the afraid will be beating on the chests of the soldiers, begging for them to shoot down the ships, protect us, protect our country, protect our families. They will be hysterical, beyond hysterical, and they will have to find the strength to go within. They will be terrified for a while until they're exhausted, and they will have to then find solace within. And as soon as they do open their hearts and minds to a source bigger than them, they will find us and we will find them.
Wow. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Is there anything else on that you want to tell me?
When you know this will happen, you will be the way showers. You will be calm. You will say that there is a bigger purpose here. You will say it's not like the movies.
Yeah.
You will say that they're so huge in numbers, they could have taken us out any time. They are peaceful. They are peaceful. They are peaceful. They come in peace, and until they do something to show that we are not going to harm. Sorry, I repeat. We have to say to them that they come in peace, and we have to trust. And if they can travel to wherever they're come from to be here, they're more advanced than us. And while we are terrified and running around like lunatics, I think they're the more mature ones, and therefore they will be the ones with more wisdom. We are powerless. We are powerless to what they want, and so we best be able to come to terms with it. There are so many that we can say. There is so much that you can say. Saying the words is one thing. Being calm, with a half smile on your face, holding the hands of the people afraid and looking in them in their eyes and saying to them with honesty, we're going to be okay. I know there is a bigger, greater thing happening here. It won't be your words that will help them, it will be your mannerisms. They will sense you are not afraid. They will be confused, they will think you're stupid. They will be fighting it, and they'll still be wanting the answers. Don't react to their fear. We've been saying this to you for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lose your light. Trust.
Mm-hmm.
Everything will be fine.
Now, I have been having some weird events happen at my home with my identity and things arriving at my home shipped to me that I didn't order. So I got a large box of medical supplies sent to me a few months ago. I don't know why they were sent to me. And then last night I got a vest and a helmet. Why was this sent to me?
To be protecting yourself against the people who are going to lose their minds about invasion.
Is there anything else you can give me some details on this so I can try and figure out Did you send the things to me as like a gift, or is somebody using my identity? I'm very happy that I have them. I know I'm going to need them. I just am intuitive, and I'm like, I have my supplies. I don't know why they came, but they're here, and I'm just happy to have, the tools that you sent me. So, but as far as my identity and all of that, do I have to worry about any of that that someone's trying to harm me in any way? Is anybody after me?
No one's after you. You have been chosen with many others. You have the protection. What you need to be mindful of is the people who are going to be afraid and terrorized, that they are going to be abducted, and that ETs have come to, we want to say in jest, anally, but it will not be the case. We do not want to come down. We do not want to even touch the surface of this very heavy planet. So we will not be doing anything of this such. You need to be aware that there will be people running in the streets because they will be hysterical. They will realize that it will feel serene to them. They will feel like they are in a movie. They will recall every scary movie they have ever seen, and they will be in panic mode. Those people will be armed. You have to understand, while they're basically having a psychotic breakdown, they will be armed. And we say it's going to be horrible because human will fight human. You will fight each other, and it will be awful. So we want you to not rush out straight away. We want you to be calm. We want you to be aware that when you have your gear on, that will also intimidate people, but it will also calm people. So use your discretion and your intuition wisely.
Okay.
Just know that everyone else you will be weaponizing themselves, and you need to disarm them with fear. Remove their fear, give them the comfort, and talk to them calmly. However, they will be hysterical. There will be lots of screaming, lots of panicking. There will be so much that people will not know how to protect themselves, and so will be bigger looting as they scurry because they do not know the threat. It could be everything and nothing. You can understand because of the visual threat. It will be terror, like they will not be prepared for it.
Okay. Thank you very much for that information. That helps me a lot to understand what my role is going to be in order to calm and protect people and be able to protect myself. I appreciate the equipment you sent me. Now, I only have a couple more questions. How is the body doing? We're right at 2 hours.
It's fine.
Thank you. So only a couple more questions. And I believe some of these we've already went over, but I'd like for you to please reiterate. Is Jesus coming back to earth?
He is always here. He never has left. He's just not physically here yet, but he will be part of helping humanity because he's still profoundly loving and connected to humanity's consciousness. And so he wants to be here for us. And he also wants to say, when you are trying to pray and need comfort and support, he is always there. If you put your attention to calling on him, he will be there for you to give you the great comfort to wash your body away of fear. And the more you connect with him, the more that fear washing away feeling will last longer until you heal yourself and have the confidence to to be aware and out of prayer thought, and functioning without the dread of fear. But you know he will stand with you always.
Oh, yes. People say about the second coming. Does he have a message for humanity for this time?
Call him in.
At this time, we'd like to call in Jesus to please come in and give us some answers that we need for this session, please. Can you help us, Jesus?
I have been here the entire time, helping this connection. And I have been here helping to strengthen the conversations for humanity. I am aware that the scariness of the events coming will take over your bodies. Your bodies are not symbolic to you anymore. Your mindsets, your connection with one, and your connection with self is what will serve you the greatest. We are all here for you. We love you, and we want you to love yourselves, and we want you to love humanity. We do not want you to lose faith. Have faith in yourself. That is all.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. And now at this time, we'll ask Jesus to receive to where we would like to call in now Archangel Lucifer. Can you please come forward, Archangel Lucifer, to give us some answers?
You will all think that it is me that has come when you see the ships. When you are in fear, you will all feel that I have possessed you. And that is not true. I have been here also, and I love you all. And I've also tried to help humanity. I was supposed to be the scapegoat. I was supposed to be as where you should not be and who you should not dabble with. I was supposed to scare you enough to keep you on the straight and narrow.
So what would you like us to know about you? We would like to know the truth.
We always tell you the truth. It is up to you to accept it. I have also been here in this conversation and other conversations to make the conduit stronger. The messages that they deliver in these sessions are very potent and powerful, and only the people who are ready will be able to handle and hear these messages. Not everyone is aware. Not everyone is ready to be able to hear these messages without the fear. And this is a perfect example of if you still need your own inner work, you would have already switched off this channel. You would have stopped this conversation coming into your awareness longer than before I came in. If you are listening to me now, it is because you are on the path. Do not be afraid. We will not trick you. We are here to help you. We're here to help guide your choices, your free will, your higher soul, your soul essences. Love all of the lessons and all of the challenges. But we don't want you to misuse your free will to harm others. We wanted you to nurture and grow compassion for each other. Unfortunately, many people do not care about others. Self-absorbed, self-obsessed. Narcissism is a disease that no one talks about, and how powerfully bad it rots individuals, and it's contagious. It's contagious in ways you understand. I am an angel. The Creator chose me to help. It is not any more important than any others. You have created other versions that you label as me because you are afraid of me, but you also know that I will never harm you. You've created Satan, you have created demons, you have created the devil because you know me, Lucifer, has still heart. You don't want to be honest to yourself that I am your moral compass. And so you have to create sub-versions of me that have no soul, that have no heart. And I love you all very much, and I always have. And my connection to all the other archangels and my connection with all of the other big players who are helping humanity. We're all here together. We may have different ideas about how to awaken humanity the most, and we all have tried our best. We're doing the best we can. And you'll see this on the other side.
Amazing. Thank you. So, the teachings that are out there in the Bible, are they all untrue, or is some of it true?
The lessons are there. The lessons to be a good human are there. You use your free will to pick and choose. You also use me as a scapegoat for your bad behavior, and you don't want to acknowledge or own it. And we're not just talking to you, we're talking to all of you. And so it's man-made construct. The Bible has been edited to something that is almost unrecognizable, but the morals are there, but they also aren't because they've been so edited with own gender to control. And you have all blindly followed the wrong leaders who promise that they will help you, who promise they will save you, who promise everything. However, you have to question everyone that you believe and trust. No one person should not be blindly trusted. And we want you to do a scan of all the people you trust. And we want you to start questioning whether this is working for you.
Mm. Thank you. So I greatly appreciate that information. Is there any other messages, Lucifer, you'd like to give us about yourself, or anything that you would help humanity right now to understand why you were portrayed as such a bad guy?
There had to be darkness with light. There had to be the good parent to have bad parent. I'm the bad cop. There had to be consequences for your behavior, and it was all morals. For the people still listening who are still afraid of me, call on me and I will help you. If you're afraid of my bad power, call on me and I will help you, and I'll protect you and project what you perceive as my negative bad power on others when they're scary. You will see I am here to help you. That will confuse me. That will confuse me. I am here for all. You call on me, I will not possess you. And we know one person who is thinking that. I want to reassure you that it's not the case. I want you to know that I am powerful, just like all the other archangels. But I do not use my power. But if you feel like you need my protection to push through, to help you, to navigate your way through the darkness, I am here for you.